Hi everyone, my name is Rosa Nurmalasari with student ID 71, the last number. Okay, so in this video, I will talk about hybrid food from postcolonial perspective. I will tell you about my favorite hybrid food, which is perkedel. Although in Indonesia we have two types of perkedel. Usual one is from potatoes and the other one is corn perkedel. It is from corn. So first I will tell you the history a little bit. So actually perkedel is adapt from Dutch food, which is frikadel, but we can actually find similar food in other countries, which is frikadeler or frikadellen. It is from Denmark and Germany. Okay, the earliest one is from German actually. So it's not stated when were they invented. The Indonesian perkedel is made from vegetables, meanwhile the Europe one from Denmark, German and Dutch. They made from meat. They usually made from pork, cow or chicken. I will talk to you about the German first. The German frikadellen, it is, we can call it the German hamburger. So it made from pork. I'm usually from pork or cow. So they serve with steamed beans or mixed salads, also Kaiser rolls or littaks, and pickle and curry sauce. Second one is frikadel, invented in 1600s, around 1600s. It's made from pork, cow or chicken, and same as the German one, they fry it and they usually eat it in lunch or supper. So it's served with steamy sauce, mashed potatoes, chicken Caesar salad, or ragbrød. I'm not sure how to spell it. It is a Danish bread. So the shape is usually like meatballs. They shapes rounds. Meanwhile, the Dutch one, they believe they adapt it from the Danish one, if I'm not mistaken. It's usually it's for a snack. They eat it with curry ketchup, mayo, mustard, or raw onion, and they sometimes serve it with sandwich. The Dutch one, some believe they invented in around 1950s by Gerrit de Vries. They believe that he invented because the law prevent him to sell his product as a meatball. So he just changed its shape into sausages. And then the second one is maybe Jan Barkers in 1958. They believe it's between those two who are invented the frikadeler. Meanwhile, perkedel is believed uh, a food that adapted from frikadel when the Dutch colonized Indonesia. So because the meat are quite expensive, they believe that Indonesian people um, recreate the recipes using potatoes and corn. I'm not sure if there is another type of perkedel, but I only know those two because my mom is selling food such as pecel or rawon in the market, so I usually eat it almost every day. Okay, first I will tell you why food and why how significant. So we need to talk food in post-colonial perspective. So I believe that food serve some, maybe tell us some power relation. The first one is cultural exchange and resistance. So the food can serve as a medium for cultural exchange and highlighting how colonized society adapt and transform the colonial influence by asserting their identity and resisting the dominance. And the second one is it serves as a symbol of power and dynamics. So, um, you know, the culinary practice often reflects social hierarchies and power dynamics. They can signify class distinction and colonial attitudes. So by observing the food, we can see the class distinction, what's happening inside the society. Because food can be served as identity or the capability of someone, what you eat, what you are. So if you are eat something expensive, that means you are capable, you are wealth, you have power. Meanwhile, if you eat the cheap one, that means you are the marginalized one. And then the third one is can be as an agency and representation. That means that the food discourse can empower formerly colonized group by allowing them to reclaim their narratives. So the food serves as a gateway to understand and represent the marginalized culture and authentically. So how about Perkedel? What I see from Perkedel is there is first is hybridity. So Indonesian people transform the recipe from meat to the vegetable ones to match the local taste. So this hybridity serves as a resistance against homogenizing forces, allowing communities to assert their distinct influence despite the colonial agency. So that means they control, they feel have they Indonesian people feel that they have control over the food. At least they have control over something cultural they can pass down to their children and their grandchildren. I think that's the first thing I noticed. And then the second one is power relation. So what's the power relation? The revolution of perkedel from simple Dutch recipe to beloved Indonesian food, it signified a subtle shift in the power dynamics. So the local people modified the recipe, and it's a way of the people reclaiming and transform the dish, such as I said before, and it's kind of a move of resistance where the colonized community asserts to control over the culinary heritage by incorporating it to their daily life. So they make the colonizer food as their own, as our food. So it's like we take over what they have. And then the third one is it is a symbolism of resistance, of course. So I think it is an attempt from Indonesian people to resist the colonial domination. It's kind of the way we mock their operation to mimicry in creation and aspiration of Perkedel. So we can interpret it as a playful yet powerful rejection of imposed culinary form. So it's not like we directly confront them, we directly reject them. It's just something as simple as food, it's not harmful. So that's why I call it playful. But it's still such a powerful move. I think that's all from me. Thank you.